Thank you. I really needed that validation. Neki, how are you doing today?
My name is Joyce.
Of course,
that's really good.
Thank you. Nobody misses you, Juliet.
It's one after that.
Not by force.
I miss you, Juliet.
Stop lying.
Thank you.
How are you the entire week? You know we always miss you the entire week, and then you finally come on Fridays and make us happy.
Oh my God, I feel so flattered. I miss you guys so much.
Thank you. And your show was marvelous yesterday. By the way, she hosts Copper's Corner. You guys should always look out for that. She is amazing. Right now, we're going to go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now we're going to go into the newspaper review. I'm going to start with Vanguard. For the Vanguard first story, I have Hold Obasanjo responsible for constitutional loopholes. Falana. Hold Obasanjo responsible for constitutional loopholes. Falana. Anambra, Enugu, Kogi can't be declared oil-producing states now, DPR. Anambra, Enugu, Kogi cannot be declared oil-producing states now, DPR. Poor workers, weary unions in May Day lamentations. You can find all these stories on www.vanguardngr.com. Neki, what do we have?
We have the Punch for 3rd May 2019. And on the top stories, avoid past mistakes in minimum wage implementation, Labour says. The UK boosts military support to help Nigeria defeat Boko Haram, Huns. And on sports, Premier League, Liverpool must dig deep to keep Man City title fight alive. For much more details, you can visit www.punchng.com.
Thank you so much, Nikki. And Juliet, what do we have?
Well, I have The Guardian for Friday, 3rd May 2019. Our first story here says, Buhari under fire over insecurity. Buhari under fire over insecurity. And then experts differ on National Assembly increase of 2019 budget by 90 billion naira. Experts differ on National Assembly increase of 2019 budget by 90 billion naira. And our last story, Sudan's Bashir to face questioning over financing terror. Sudan's Bashir to face questioning over financing terror. You can find that story. For more details on that story, you can go to www.guardian.ng. That's it for The Guardian today.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Today on the show, of course, you know it's Friday. It's always healthy living. And we have a doctor in the house. There's been an increasing cry for what we can do about prescription drug abuse. And today we're having a professional here to tell us all the things we need to know about prescription drug abuse. My name is Joyce Chooks. Good morning.
Yes, this is still the breakfast show on CSL Nigeria TV. In recent years, there has been a dramatic rise in prescription drug misuse or abuse. The National Institute for Drug Abuse says that about 48 million people, that's from the age of 12 and older, has used prescription drugs for non-medical purposes over their lifetime. Now, this has led to much more increase to the ERO and admission over accidental overdose. Joining us on the Healthy Living episode today is a medical practitioner. He's also the member of the Nigerian Medical Association and also Edo State Coordinator for Civic Society of HIV and AIDS. We have Dr. Bright Onovio Koko. I got it right.
Good morning. So second time is the charm. We've had him on before,
yes,
and he was amazing. And then we're having you here again today. Let's speak about the HIV/AIDS Union. You know, I was speaking to you about that previously. Tell us a little bit about that, your involvement.
Okay, well, Civil Society for HIV and AIDS in Nigeria, Edo State Chapter, is a national coalition of civil society who respond on HIV activities. And of course, you have prevention activities, you have treatment, then you have care and support. So you have civil society organizations that are working in those various thematic areas. So those organizations, they come together to form a network across the country.
Wow.
So each state, including FCT, has a chapter. So I'm coordinating Edo State chapter. We have over 100 civil societies spread across the state responding to HIV and AIDS activities.
And this is the first time I'm hearing about this, and I feel
That's
so
really
inspired.
amazing. Do you do a lot of collaboration with World Health Organization, UN? Do you work with them in terms of giving statistics?
Yeah, well, we have there are agencies in there's an agency in the state, Edo State Agency for the Control of Risk, where the network plays a very active role. Also collaborate with NACA, the Federal Ministry of Health.
Okay.
So obviously, you've heard about what is the activities.
Yes.
National Candlelight Memorial activities. So those activities that we carry out in the states, even coming up in the month of May, the third Sunday of May, that should be 17th of May, we're having the 2019 International AIDS Candlelight Memorial. It's also one of our major activities that we'll carry out annually.
Amazing. So I think we have to just jump right into it right now.
Yeah.
What is prescription drug abuse?
Okay. First, when we talk about drug where in the local person or rather the layman, you could say medicine.
Yes.
Yes, medicine. Now, when people are not fine, they take medicine, so which means you take drug for a particular purpose.
Peppers.
Now, this drug ought to be prescribed by a medical doctor, then dispensed by a pharmacist.
Okay.
And in some cases, you have the nurses to administer the drugs. Drugs are in two categories now.
Okay.
You have the ones you can get over the counter.
Okay.
That is the one you can walk into a medicine store and they just sell it for you without asking you any question. Example of that is paracetamol.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go and say you want paracetamol. Yeah, painkillers will come to that. You say you want paracetamol, you want vitamin C, nobody's going to ask you
Anything.
question. But there are some drugs that, because of their effects, they are controlled. So before you get it, there must be a prescription from a doctor. So by the time you are not taking that drug outside the prescription of a doctor, or not for the purpose for which it was prescribed, it now becomes a prescription drug abuse.
But see, over time, we've noticed that those drugs that are supposed to be prescription only, for some reason, are readily available, especially painkillers and opioids. I mean, as a Nigerian, I've never set eyes on Percocets before, even though I hear it in songs all the time. But one of the most abused drugs in this country is tramadol and Rufinol, and I've seen people purchase it, and I've never seen anybody over the counter ask, "Where is your prescription?"
But we have a major challenge in our country. We are Nigerians. We have a major complaint, a major issue. Yes, NAFDAC is trying to do. They are doing a lot, but you start seeing people cutting corners. Now, let's say, for example, you have tramadol in your shop, or you're a pharmacist, You have tramadol in your shop, and you stocked it. People are not coming to get it, but you must have to dispose it. So ordinarily, it should have been controlled, but because of the quest for money, because sometimes we have issue of talking about value, ethics, and the quest to make money. I'm the one selling the drug. I want to recoup whatever money and even make a gain on top of the drug that I'm selling. So I'm going to break off, cut off a particular channel, which has to be, before I sell this drug, I need a prescription from you. So if people who want those drugs, because they are the ones abusing it now, if they realize that your shop, you must have a prescription before they can sell the drug for you,
They won't come.
they won't come.
Wow.
Then you also have, in our society today, a whole lot of people tell you things that I have this, I have that. and you ask them, did you do any test?
Did you see a
Did you see a doctor? Yes, then you see people buying drugs, even over-the-counter drugs, for they just feel like without having any control. But also, those over-the-counter drugs, they also have effects. As simple as paracetamol is, it also have effects. Can affect your liver.
Yes.
You understand? Fine, an over-the-counter medication. So we have the challenge of these people. Should they insist on prescription before they sell what they want to sell? Then match that with the profit they want to make. It becomes an issue. That's why you could see them getting access to drugs like tramadol. Otherwise, it should have been something that with prescription. Because you cannot even get to the pharmacy shop and you see tramadol being displayed the way you have paracetamol or vitamin C being displayed. It has to be kept inside probably the inner room where they go and pick it from. But the question is how? Because ordinarily, for those prescription drugs, there ought to be a register.
True.
In the pharmacy shop, where the information of the person purchasing the drug should be stated. The doctor that prescribed the drug, his name and his information will all be in that register. But if you go around our pharmacy today, are you going to get this register? You know, so another challenge is that now you have patent medicine dealers, you have pharmacy stores. There are some drugs that the patent medicine dealer should not deal on.
Who is a patent medicine dealer?
The popular one you call the chemist.
Oh, but they're not pharmacies.
They are not pharmacies. They probably just they are more. They are supposed to be selling more over-the-counter drugs.
Oh.
Yes, but you still get to those places and you still see some of all these
prescription medication.
Prescription medication in their custody. Ordinarily, the chemist shouldn't even have anything to do with injections.
Really?
Yes.
You reacted as if you've gone to put your bomb. They've given you in chemists, Juliet.
Well, everybody has been a victim.
I have not gone to
a chemist.
I take that back.
I have not.
I take that back.
You have.
I have.
Injections.
I am not proud.
You know, so you shouldn't.
Wow.
If you say, okay, this is a pharmacy shop, there are some drugs they should sell. You say, okay, this is
a chemist.
A chemist. There are some drugs they're supposed to.
Okay, so okay, wonderful. Guys, we're live right now on Facebook, TSL Nigeria TV, TSL International. Please send in any questions that you'd like for us to ask our doctor. Any questions concerning prescription drug abuse, our doctor is here and he's ready to answer all of your questions. Thank you so much.
Okay, Dr. Bright, my question is, what are the properties in drugs that makes them addictive in the first place? Like, why are some persons addicts and others they're not?
Okay, first you
what
must.
causes this addiction?
Okay, first you must understand that as human beings we have different genetic makeup.
Okay.
Like some of these drugs, for example, now the drugs that can make you sleep may keep her awake.
True.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
The drug that can make you sleep will keep her awake. You understand? Now, when these controlled drugs are supposed to be obtained with only prescription,
Like
tramadol, yes, they have effects. You know, they have effects. Some of these effects is probably making a person to feel high, excited, energetic. It could make them sleep. So when they enjoy that effect over time, they know that without the drug, they cannot get that effect. You understand? They cannot get that effect. So what would they do? They want to go and get effects. So before you know it, they get addicted to it because by the time
because they like that effect.
They like that effect, and when they crave for that effect or they want that effect, for the effect to come, they have to go for that drug.
Understandable. So now, what can these chronic drug addicts do to withdraw from it? What are the methods of withdrawal?
Well, it's a very big challenge. It's a very big challenge that all hands need to be on board. Uh, I was talking to one drug user, and the guy said, if you want to, if somebody has offended you, and you want to deal with the person, just introduce the child into drug.
Wow.
It is worse than going to probably maybe fight the person. You could look you see the guy is looking wretched and all this, but he has spent millions in
Trying
drugs.
to withdraw.
No, in drugs. So now, talking about withdrawal, first, you could look at the early symptoms. You could look at the early symptoms. You see people giving excuse. Why are you taking this drug? Because of this, because of this, because of this. I just want to get this, I don't want to get this done. It's an issue. So people may want to, in places where you actually have prescription being controlled, you could see people 4-day prescriptions. You could see some getting prescription from Dr. A, Dr. B, Dr. C, so that they can get that drug. Or they can want more than expected. You understand? If I have to give you, maybe I want to prescribe some drugs for you now, I won't prescribe for more than 3 days.
Okay.
This book can want to get up to 5 days, 10 days, 20 days continuously. So now, first you have to identify it. Know that this person is already getting addicted. So you need to talk to the person, psychotherapy. Because if the person is not willing to be a difficulty,
Yes.
you understand?
So that's the
Then
first
one other thing which is not too common in our environment is probably keep the person away from the drug.
Rehabilitation.
Yeah, having a place where you could actually go to the person and the person cannot get access to the drug. Then for those people who are actually addicted, there's what we call withdrawal symptoms. Now because they don't have access to it, they, like I was talking to one man, he said he is always shaky.
Wow.
He's always shaky. But when he takes alcohol, when he not takes the alcohol, of course they have different strict names for it. So when he takes it, he gets stabilized.
Wow.
And when he takes it, gets stabilized. So that's when they are suffering from the withdrawal symptom. It will look as if they want to die.
Well.
They want to die. So they need to get that drug for them to stabilize. So if you keep them probably in a closet, they have what they need to get in that place. With time, they will overcome that withdrawal symptom and they get back to themselves.
Okay,
My question is, for prescription drugs, these are drugs that have been prescribed. Now, I know that there are a lot of drugs that over time, because they've been prescribed, when we have these symptoms, we just go over to the counter and say, this is what we want, rather than going back to the doctor for prescription. What are the drugs that Nigerians take on a daily that they don't know that is addictive? And they just see themselves always going to the counter,
They even buy them in bulk and keep it at home,
not knowing that it's becoming addictive as the day goes by.
Okay, well, if I may have to look at that, you have some of these drugs that contains something like caffeine.
Okay.
Or codeine. You understand? So these are some of them that they just want to take. Let me give you an example. A common one could be this cough syrup. You could just see it, the ones with codeine.
Okay.
Though it's currently being taken from
the market.
from the market, they go for it. Oh, I think I just have this little cough. They go for it, and before you know it, they drink one bottle, which is already.
Okay, what about situations where, let's give an example now, antidepressants. A lot of people that use antidepressants find that they can't actually live without them. So is there a difference between being addicted to a drug or being dependent on the drug?
Well, yes, there are actually two kind of two things.
Okay.
You understand? Yes, dependency is you need to do something that ordinarily you should do without having any push. You understand? So where you not have to depend on those drugs, yes, we call them okay. Those people are like somebody needs to sleep. Someone needs to sleep and it tells you I cannot sleep unless I take this particular. So the person is depending on that particular drug to be able to. But you're not talking about those who are addicted. You understand? They may not necessarily want to do anything. They may not have anything they want to do. They just want to have it. They just want to feel high. If I may go on a lighter note, you're a lady, I want to approach you, and I can't talk to you with my right senses. Yes, now, because if I look at you now, maybe I'm not able to tell you what I have at the back of my mind.
So you have to consult Odeku.
That's very
So you may need to say, okay, let me just take this particular thing so that
give
I
you
can,
morale.
hey, give me morale, so I can be high, actually talk to her, But for real, when you talk about addiction, for just no reason,
Wow.
for just no reason, like some people can tell you, if I wake up in the morning until I take one shot of this, one shot of that, I'm not be able to do anything. You understand? But at this point, I may also need to chip in something which is also very, very
Important.
Okay, so
important.
these are individuals that are dependent on certain drugs,
Yes.
like for sleep. Would these drugs have like a long run effects on them?
Obviously, you're going to have effect on them. Like I mentioned some time ago, all drugs have side effects.
Yes,
So
true.
if you're going to depend on the drug, surely the side effect will take on you some.
Okay, so you're going to say something
going to say
important.
something
Yeah. I said now we're talking about prescription drugs. People tend to abuse them because they feel it is safe. You getting it? Because they feel it is safe. Or it's prescribed by a doctor, so it is safe.
Safe.
So if it's not safe, the doctor would not be. But a more worrisome term today is substance abuse. Because when I discovered that some of the things that people take to also give them that effect
Morale.
of being high are not necessarily drugs. You get that? They are not necessarily drugs. There are some chemicals that they do. You have your nail cutters, for example.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a
sniffing
common
nail
one.
polish.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
So you could have that as an issue. Why are you looking so surprised?
I've actually heard that before. The adhesive, they make you lightheaded, apparently.
Wow.
Nail polish.
Yeah.
Nail
And
polish.
people use it to get high.
Yes.
Okay. There's nothing we're not hearing this like.
So you have to get human hair, burn it, inhale it.
Human.
So
Joyce, have you done
some
This is like
petroleum,
I've heard about
Okay,
Phil.
okay,
I've heard about
okay.
Phil.
head gum.
I've heard about gum.
It's a whole lot of things. Some to the point of people going to the pit toilet to inhale.
I've heard that one too.
No, it's because where we talk about prescription drugs,
Yes.
we also look at
Substance abuse.
Substance.
You understand? Because when you see people going for those things, you may not want to bother yourself. You understand?
Wow.
You don't want to bother yourself with what this person doing with this. Like somebody mentioned one day, I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to be specific on it. You understand? You talked about Tom and one thing, So ordinarily, when you have if you have Tom,
Let's not explain it for the viewers.
no, no.
Later, you tell us.
I won't tell you. I won't tell you.
Oh my
So when you see
God.
Tom, for example, somebody with Tom, are you going to bother? You're not going to bother the person about asking.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you just let it go.
What is? Let's assume that since substance abuse and prescription drug abuse is extremely wide, how do we know that somebody we're living with, a family member, a friend? What are the things that would see and will know that this person
Okay, well, beyond having some kind of weird behavior, something you can readily see. Let me give an example. A driver who is addicted to drug and is craving for that drug. Hmm? If you ask him to go to Ring Road and come back with your car, that driver can go as far as main gate to get his drug. Get as far as main gate to get, because you need to get the drug at main gate and still come back
That is a food
within that time, because you ask him to go to Ring Road and come back. Of course, there's a time frame for him to do that. But the guy that is on drugs, that is craving for drug, can say, this is an opportunity.
So he's willing to risk it all.
You need to risk it all.
They put the drug first.
Yeah, that's that. Sometimes they can be having mood swing.
Okay.
The guy is just down this morning, at some other time, is excited, But these days, because I talked about substance abuse, when you see people constantly holding some certain things, it is good you ask them,
What's
what are you
up?
doing with this stuff?
Okay.
Like you constantly.
Yeah, what are you doing with this?
Okay.
You understand? What are you doing with this? Your guy can come now and buy you a lot of cutters. And those cutters start getting missing one by one. What would you do?
Maybe fix his nails.
So you should be careful. You understand? You may just ignore. Some, like I talked about somebody probably buying cutters. No, now probably you have it in your house and it's just missing.
Wow.
Also, all you just need to do is observe.
The observance.
You observe. But for you as an individual, you should also ask yourself some questions about why am I always particular about this thing? Why can't I do without it? Why am I always probably feeling jumpy because I've not taken this? You should ask yourself some questions. See that there is something about it.
Okay, finally, we're going to have to wrap it up now because this conversation has been exciting, but we're coming to the end of the show. So let's say we found out that a family member may be addicted to something. What can we do for that person?
Well, you see, this country, God will help us.
Amen.
Yes, God will help us because we downplay on so many things. If I say go to the psychiatric hospital now, you're going to say, am I mad? You have a psychiatric problem. But those are places where you can actually get
And seek help.
help. You understand? You are depressed, you need counseling, you can go to the psychiatric hospital. You don't need to start picking death from the... Before you say the person will have to go to the psychiatric hospital. No. You are worried, you are concerned, you are doing something probably repeatedly, and so you don't go there. You can. So for people who have issues like this, families can actually take their children to that place. Another thing again is you could have support group.
Okay.
You understand? Let's assume 4 of us we are family. For that, and we have issues like that, we can actually come together, share experience, share some knowledge that could actually
Help.
Then for parents, you keep seeing a notice on drugs, keep out of children reach, if you don't need the drug, dispose them as much as possible. If you look at some houses, you keep seeing drugs of years and years being gathered and
The Nigerians can hoard things.
so those things you dispose them off properly, because when you don't need it, you don't pay attention to it. Somebody can be going there and be collecting one and you won't know. So you could just put that person on a path of I don't know what to say, on a path of being addicted to that particular drug. You understand? So we need to watch out. Okay, lastly, for parents who are having children that are sicklers, they also watch out because many of them are at risk of being dependent on painkillers, the opioids. So,
Wow. That was the final point to put out there. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. Wow.
Wow.
I learned so much. So I think our take-home point is just be very, very observant. Be very observant of family, friends, neighbors, colleagues, co-workers. Just be very observant of the people that are around you. You never know the person that could be going through or suffering from substance or even prescription drug abuse. It's been great, guys.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll be here again Saturday for the weekend rundown from 10 a.m. all the way down to 10:30, giving you the biggest stories, the craziest stories that happened this past week. My name is Joyce Jukes.
My name is Neki Moyo.
And I'm Juliet from Dubai.
And this is Dr. Bright. Have yourself an amazing weekend. Good morning.
Good morning.